Welcome back. Now, incessant heavy rainfall and strong winds have battered Mumbai and the adjoining areas for about 2 days now, with public transport operating disrupted further due to waterlogging on rail tracks and roads. The condition yesterday brought up fears of the 2005 floods that had submerged large parts of the city. According to the IMD, extremely heavy rains will continue to batter the city of Mumbai and adjoining areas today as well. The Mumbai police also issued a notice asking people not to venture outside unnecessarily. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray also spoke to Prime Minister Modi and apprised him of the steps taken to safeguard citizens amidst the torrential rainfall. He thanked the Prime Minister for offering his support. The Chief Minister also urged people to stay indoors and venture out only for essential work. He took stock of the situation and asked the BMC to coordinate with the police and railway authorities, the health machinery and the NDRF to ensure that citizens do not face any hardships. Our correspondent Mihir Trivedi gets us this report from Parel in Mumbai.
Intense rainfall since last 2 days has done a lot of damage as far as the city of Mumbai is concerned. I'm at Parel, which is close to Prabhadevi station, and as you can see, this area has many shops, and as if COVID wasn't enough, that this excessive rainfall was just adding to the problem of Mumbaikars. As you can see, there are sacks of grains, food grains, which are now useless and not sellable because they are completely wet. It is a usual sight every year, but nothing really is done about it. But this time around it was really intense and water has managed to enter inside the shop. पानी भर गया है इतना, और कैसे हुआ? मतलब आपका हर साल होता है आपका ये एलिवेशन?
कल रात को ये मेरा काउंटर पानी से उड़ रहा था, इतना पानी का फ्लो आ रहा था और काउंटर उड़ रहा था। हमारा गैस सिलेंडर, ये तो फ्रिज पूरा खराब हो गया है। जो इंदम आता है वहाँ पे उन्होंने ड्रेनेज किया है, वो मतलब रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग वो करते हैं, वो किया है, लेकिन कुछ फ़ायदा नहीं है। 100 मिली बारिश गिर गया तो हमारा कमर तक पानी आता ही, कुछ होने वाला नहीं यहाँ पे बस।
Well, we have our colleagues Mihir Trivedi and Shilpa Ratnam joining us from King's Circle and Khar in Mumbai respectively. Coming to you first, Shilpa, bring us up to speed with the ground situation that you're seeing around you and also what the predictions of the IMD are for the next 48 hours.
Well, the IMD has predicted extremely heavy rainfall in Mumbai and citizens have been asked to remain indoors. On Wednesday, there was a red alert that was issued in Mumbai, but the red alert continues for the other parts of Maharashtra. Many teams of NDRF have been deployed across Maharashtra. In Nagpur, there is one team, Satara, Raigad, Thane, Palghar. Many teams have been sent there. In Mumbai, actually, 5 NDRF teams have been deployed. People across on the seashore, in places like Kolhapur and on the riverside, etc., have been evacuated because there has been a lot of flooding. But as I can show you here in the western suburbs, the BMC has done some relief work. There were some trees that were fallen here. They've been cleared out, and there was some waterlogging in this area as well, but that has been cleared out as well overnight. Despite there being non-stop continuous rain for the last 2 days, becoming the 3rd day today, there are some parts of the city where ward commissioners have been coming, taking cognizance of the situation, have been making a roundup. A lot of hospitals as well, were flooded, but overnight there were pumps that were deployed at these places, and the water has been drained out. So the BMC definitely going on ground, taking stock of the situation. But while the western suburbs here have been spared, it is true that shops and vehicles, etc., in southern Mumbai and central Mumbai have been greatly damaged. Traffic was disrupted. Local suburban train services were also disrupted. But we're also hearing of loss to property. In fact, on Wednesday was the day that malls were scheduled to open, and the footfalls were greatly affected at malls. And not just that, many stores that had also opened for the first time in 4 months faced a lot of losses because of the kind of rains that we saw. We also saw tremendous wind velocity yesterday, around 105 kilometers per hour. That caused a lot of trees to fall, and while we're not hearing of any casualties that way yet, we are seeing a lot of vehicles that have been damaged by it. Back to you.
All right, stay on with us, Shilpa. Let's also go across to Mihir to get a ground situation from there as well. Mihir, what about public transportation? Are trains running? Because yesterday at least 2 local trains were stuck, as a result of which many passengers were stranded as well.
As of now, we really don't know about any sort of disruption that the trains are facing. But there was some amount of waterlogging last night, but it seems to have receded now. So we are not hearing that. We can also see a lot of taxis and cars flying on the roads. So the problem here is since the alert has been issued, since the authorities are asking people to stay indoors, stay safe and not venture out unnecessarily, we do see a lot of people going to work. Remember, the BMC, the authorities had given a holiday yesterday, but today people have stepped out and they are going to their workplaces. In fact, many of the shops are also slowly opening up. Most of them in these areas are closed, but slowly and for surely shops are opening up. They are just trying to take a stock of the situation. Remember, there was intense rainfall last night, and because of that, water had entered many of these shops, damaging their goods, especially many food grain shops here, wholesalers who have lost a significant amount of food grain sacks and material that they used to sell, and it is a huge loss for them. They are grappling with this situation, but yes, it is the threat is not over as far as the intense rainfall is concerned. Remember, there are many vulnerable structures, dilapidated structures, and BMC is on ground taking stock of everything and monitoring the situation, asking people to stay indoors and be safe at this point.
All right, but businesses like Mihir were showing us suffering from large-scale losses on account of goods being damaged because of the rainfall. Thank you, Mihir, for getting us that update. Thank you, Shilpa, as well, for joining us earlier. Let's now take a quick look at some other weather-related stories from across the country. Well, Mumbai experienced floods like situation in Rajasthan. A severe sandstorm hit Jaisalmer. The sandstorm engulfed the entire city. Dramatic visuals show how the storm darkened the skies as it passed over the city and also the iconic Sonar Fort. In Karnataka, incessant rainfall triggered a massive landslide on the road near Mudigere in Chikmagalur district. The landslide blocked the road, stranding hundreds of commuters for hours. Hundreds were left stranded after heavy rains created a flood-like situation in Valsad in Gujarat. NDRF officials rescued more than 200 people, including a pregnant woman. And heavy rains lashed the high-range Idukki, Wayanad and Palakkad districts in Kerala as Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan urged people to be vigilant. The IMD has also issued orange alerts for the 5 northern districts and Idukki for this week. Other districts have been issued the yellow alert for the same time period.